Folks, I gotta go with this Biden thing. I've been working nonstop now for about 10 days. And I'm not whining because I like what I do. But this Biden situation is historical. You know, I have a book coming up, Confronting the Presidents, and Biden is a piece of that at the end. But this meltdown that he had at the debate in Georgia could never have been anticipated. And now the repercussions, the unintended consequences, are rippling through the country and the world. And I'm way ahead of this story. In fact, the No Spin News, now remember, this is an independent news agency. We have distribution on radio and television worldwide. But we had not a record amount of viewing, okay, but almost for Friday's No Spin News. And they're still looking at it. These are people who don't usually, they don't know what we are, but now they do. Okay, now they do. We had the best coverage, I think, in the world. Now, if you saw better coverage, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com. And the reason I like to know is I'll watch it or listen to it or read it if you saw anything better than what we put forth on Friday. And then I got a Sunday column and the message of the day this morning and on and on. So anyway, I couldn't even watch the Met game because I got calls coming in from very good sources telling me what's going on. So let me run it down for you where we stand right this moment in American history. That is the subject of the Talking Points memo. Okay, so this morning I was up at 6 and the media was already pounding the drum that Biden's staying in the race. That's not true. Okay, that's what the media has been told to say. And they're saying it. The two most powerful Democrats now in the country who are basically going to make this call are former President Barack Obama and former Biden Chief of Staff Ron Klain. They are the two most powerful people inside the Democratic Party by far. All right, both those men know Biden cannot defeat Trump in November. Can't. They know that. So they want to have him with dignity. The argument is, Joe, if you say you're not going to run again, you'll go out on a high note with dignity. You'll put the country first. If you stay in, you'll enable the devil, Donald Trump, to win. That's your choice. And everyone inside the Democratic power structure felt that Biden would take the noble way out. But he didn't because of Jill Biden. Fascinating story. Fascinating story. She is the third most powerful Democrat in the country because Joe Biden does everything his wife tells him to do. Everything. And so now, they're at an impasse. The party elders want and know Biden's got to go because if Biden stays, not only is he going to lose to Trump, but the Democrats will lose the Senate. They're already assured of losing the House. They'll lose the Senate. And then Trump would have a full field to do whatever he wanted to do. Because the Supreme Court is favorable, as we're going to show you tonight, to the traditional point of view in this country, which is what Trump brings. Now, the three people running the government right now are Jeff Zients, White House Chief of Staff, Michael Donnellan, White House Chief Strategist, and Vinay Reddy, the White House Director of Speech Writing. Those are the three men that are running the show. Now, Biden's not even on campus. He won't even come back to the White House till tonight. All right? And he very rarely, and we'll get to this, he's very rarely now in the Oval Office at all. All right? Jill Biden decides when he'll work and when he doesn't. She decides what he'll eat, what he'll wear, what he'll say. That's how powerful this woman is. Shades of Nancy Reagan. Okay, so over the weekend, you know, this is widely reported. All the Biden family went to Camp David, and it came out of there that they're staying. Biden family's staying. Now, the Democratic hierarchy knows that Joe Biden doesn't have strong support, even among Democrats. Most of Biden's support is, we hate Trump, so we'll support Joe. There's very, very few Americans have any emotion invested in Biden at all. Okay, it's not like Trump, where the MAGA people, crazy emotion invested in Trump. Biden didn't have that. So if Biden goes, there's not going to be a groundswell of any, it's going to be relief. Okay? Then it's how to do it. How do you do it? Because they don't have anybody to go to. They don't want Kamala Harris. Her poll numbers are worse than Biden's. Okay? Newsom wants it out in California, but he's run that state into the ground. Okay? Whitmer in Michigan wants it. You know, it's possible. But what the Democrats would really want would be Michelle Obama. But she's a mystery. I can't get one shred of evidence about Michelle Obama. And for me, that is as frustrating as a situation I've ever had in 50 years. It's unbelievable, the wall around that woman. I can't get anything. I can't get rumor, innuendo, guess, speculation. Zero. She could beat Trump. Not to say she would, but she could. The others can't. So just keep that in mind. And Barack Obama cannot force his wife to run. She runs that show. She's not Jill Biden. She's not like that. But Barack can't walk in and say, honey, you're going to be president. And go, hey, I'm going to do what I want. And she does. Okay. So discussions are taking place now on K Street in Washington, D.C., which is the Democratic fundraising is centered. The money men and the hierarchy are speaking. How do we get out of Joe? How do we do this? When do we do it? This could happen at any time. Okay? Because they can't wait too much longer to throw the convention into chaos in August in Chicago. They got a little time, but not a lot. And then the final piece of this is they have to run, they being the hierarchy of the Democratic Party, whoever they are favoring to take Joe's place by the media moguls, the corrupt media moguls, NBC, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post. They got to run them by it because when it's announced who the Democratic Party wants to take Biden's place, then there'll be a surge of whoever is the selection will be the greatest politician since Abraham Lincoln, the strongest leader since George Washington. It'll be a coordinated tsunami right in your face, whoever they select. So they've got to consult with the media moguls. And this is all going on right now, even as I speak. Okay? And the Times in particular, New York Times, has to sign off on it. So that's how powerful the New York Times is in the Democratic precincts. They got to say, yeah, all right, we'll support them. They don't, there's a problem. But they will. Pretty much any Democrat, because they hate Trump so much. Okay, now Jill Biden gave an interview to Vogue magazine. Interested. And here's part of the interview quote. Reached by phone on June 30th at Camp David, where the Biden family had gathered for the weekend, Mrs. Biden told Vogue that they will not let those 90 minutes, the debate, define the 4 years he's been president. We will continue to fight. And she added that President Biden will always do what's best for the country. Now, notice the last line. Will always do what's best for the country. That's the line you will hear when Joe Biden resigns from running again. He's not going to resign the office. Remember that. He's going to stay there in November. Now, I was surprised Joe Biden put that line in her quote because she is the one that said, no way we're getting out of here. But gave herself a little wiggle room. Okay. Now, as a poll, CBS News, 1,130 registered voters. We don't know the party breakdown, but here's the question. Regardless of whether or not you would vote for him, do you think Joe Biden should or should not be running for re-election? Biden should be running 28%. Biden should not be running 72%. That's a catastrophe. And he's not coming back because he's going to get worse. So the diehards that want Biden to remain, what are you thinking? You think he's not going to get worse than he is now, than he was at the debate last Thursday? He's going to get worse. You think he's going to get stronger? 72% say he should not be running. So summing up, Democratic Party's in disarray right now. Intense discussions taking place. I don't know who. I don't know when. I do know Joe must go, and he will. And that's the memo. Have you ever been buried in debt, piles of overdue bills, threatening phone calls, and it just won't stop? Done with debt is your way out. They have developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Done with debt tirelessly negotiates with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. Done with Debt has unique strategies to get you out of debt faster. But you need to hurry because some debt solutions are time sensitive. Visit donewithdebt.com and talk with one of their debt relief strategists for free. You have nothing to lose except your debt. Go to donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. So on the subject of Kamala Harris, here's what she said after the debate. Go.
First of all, what we saw tonight is the president making a very clear contrast with Donald Trump on all of the issues that matter to the American people. Yes, there was a slow start, but it was a strong finish. And what became very clear through the course of the night is that Joe Biden is fighting on behalf of the American people, on substance, on policy, on performance. Joe Biden is extraordinarily strong.
Yeah, sure he is. I mean, it's just like, you just have to close the door. Get off my lawn. All right, Smart Life. How much money do you need in the bank? This is incredible. So research shows, and this is from Talker Research, that Gen Z, that's 1997 to 2012, they feel they need $4,000 in reserve. Okay, baby boomers, me, $6,500 in reserve. That's all. That's all the baby boomers think they need in reserve. Gen X, 65 to 80, $5,000. Let me just give you a good tip here. Bad things are going to happen to you in life. If you have 4, 5, 6,000, that's it in reserve, you're hosed. You're going to get so hammered, you won't believe it. You need in reserve $50,000. At least. In case you have to hire a lawyer, in case you have emergency medical bills, in case anything happens to you, you need $50K. Smart Life. By now you have heard me talk about Delta Rescue. They are a fantastic organization that helps rescue animals from the wilderness. You know I'm a dog lover, so is Leo Grillo, the founder of Delta Rescue. It is his life's mission to provide everlasting care for these once abandoned animals. I myself have donated to Delta Rescue. Do you believe it is part of man's duty to care for dogs and horses, the animals that so much of our history is tied to? If so, please consider making a donation or consult your advisor about leaving a gift in your will or trust. There can be some tax advantages, and it's a great way to help Delta Rescue accomplish their mission. So please visit deltarescue.org to learn more. That's deltarescue.org. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall and lose its coveted role as the world reserve currency. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. All right, here's the final thought of the day. In 2015, we had a massive Republican primary. We had Trump, Cruz, Rubio, Kasich, Carson, Jeb Bush, Rand Paul, Mike Huckabee, Carly Fiorina, Chris Christie, Jim Gilmore, Rick Santorum. And they had debates like every hour on the hour. Debates. And there were complaints from the Republicans themselves. So I got a call from The Tonight Show to come on over there and sort it all out. Roll the tape.
There's actually been a lot of...
All right, blast in the blast. 2015, boy, almost 10 years ago. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.